It's Friday night, it's 8 p.m. Staring down the barrel of another long weekend. Heading to the Twitch bar tonight. Some semicolons and a bill will put me right. Electron Greg is here again. With an animation that tells you where and when. 100 messages go by. Congratulations on the words that you just typed. It's Friday night at the Twitch bar and everybody knows your username. It's Friday night at the Twitch bar and everybody's so glad that you came. Who's behind that wonky door? Is it MJ? Is it Rishi? Make the call. Yeah, and I think it's about that time. Guys from porches on the line. It's Friday night at the Twitch bar and everybody knows your username. It's Friday night at the Twitch bar and everybody's so glad that you came. And I won't drink across the street. There's people in the YouTube bar I never want to meet. I think I'm happiest right here. I made songs and I think I'll have another beer. It's Friday night at the Twitch bar and everybody knows your username. It's Friday night at the Twitch bar and everybody's so glad that you came. Evening everyone. Hello Duncan, Electron Greg, Dean the Coder, Millstone Barn. All the players are here tonight, aren't they? Thank you for the semicolons. And thank you for the nice tweet earlier. Millstone Barn, he sent a lovely picture out of that. He just joined up the Patreon, plug, where he received some nice CDs and a British IBM membership badge. What a lucky chap. It's not quite Friday yet though, is it? Not until you crack the seal on a Rogie. Pour that over some ice that's slightly melted. And then a tiny splash of rum, because it is Friday after all. That's about a splash, isn't it? We should be hitting 100 messages pretty early tonight, because I know you've noticed Duncan started in there. Third message in. Normally, Duncan's at IKEA. Or doing something with his rabbit for the first few minutes of the gig. But when he's in there early, you know that 100 message mark is coming in early as well. Ah, dear. The refreshing taste of Rochester ginger on a Friday. Duncan Corpse, what did you get from IKEA last week? That's what we all want to know, isn't it? Duncan Corpse, Johnville, many things. Cross braces, a plate, a pasta bowl, a little plastic shelving thing. Karen got slippers, Ivy, and nearly bought a full-length mirror. I sold a full-length mirror on the social media marketplace thing not too long ago. Let's not go down that road then of starting to talk about full-length mirrors. That's like I'm willing to go into territory about refuse trucks, humidity and temperature, but I'm not willing to go into full-length mirrors. Right. This is a song that was requested by a young man named Gregory, Acorn Electron Gregory.
Dissatisfaction is a symptom of ambition. I put a knife in, and you just keep on wishing for the words I'll never say. As all this fades away, I'm still in love with you. And so it's over, another life worth living. You know there's no God, so while you're in decision, just enjoy yourself. It's easy to forget the ones you've left behind. Cause if you try to just get by, yeah, if you try to just get by, I'll only waste your life. I always wondered, how can you do it? Live a life of God and love when you're just sleeping through it. It's all that I can do, to stand here next to you and watch the world go by. And so it's over, another life worth living. You know there's no God, so while you're in decision, just enjoy yourself. It's easy to forget the ones you've left behind. Cause if you try to just get by, yeah, if you try to just get by, you'd only waste your life.
Mid-late.
Yeah, if you try to just get by, yeah, if you try to just get by, you'd only waste your life.
Just Get By from Psychopath's Dream in black and white. Hello, Steve Minot, who is across the road in the YouTube bar. Due to the amalgamated chat, you won't be able to see what he's saying, but I can tell you what he's saying. He's saying, is this the other bar across the road? Yes, Steve, it's the other bar across the road. Do they serve, can you let us know, do they serve Rochester Ginger across the road in the YouTube bar? I know they definitely do in the Twitch bar, which is one of the reasons that we come here. That and the VIP area that includes such celebs as UK Mike and Rishi. Evening, Martin. Who else have we got there? That's it, that's all I can see now. We haven't got to 100 messages yet. Thank you for the semicolons there, Dean. This is a request for Doors, aka Dion, who wanted the Shovel song, which is actually called Down Like That. It's a very old song, and it's from the point of view of someone, this is, I think I've mentioned this anecdote way too many times now, but it's from the point of view someone digging their own grave while someone's standing behind them with a shotgun, ready to push them in and basically fit it back in again. And it's after watching too many films like Casino and various other films where that happens. Apparently in the YouTube bar, they've actually got Adam's Ghost Ship, which is actually one of my very favourite beers. I had one yesterday, outside.
Please don't hit me with a shovel in the head, because I don't want to go down like that. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and the cigarette tastes like crap. I don't want to go down like that. No, I don't want to go down like that. Well, I've dug my own grave and it's starting to rain, and I know that you wanna go home, but I've got this little lady and she's waiting for me. She's waiting for me all alone, and I don't want to go down like that. No, I don't want to go down like that. Well, please don't think I think I'm pretty cool. I walk like an animal, but I'm just a tool. And I beg like a paraplegic, begging to change, that's where I'm at. I don't want to go down like that. No, I don't want to go down like that.
Down like that. From an album at some point, I don't know what album I put it on. An old 80 album. Perhaps a little swig of Rochester ginger will ease my memory. I think it was on Not Your Day. Thank you for the semicolons there. Acorn Electron Gregory. Duncan Corp sings along. Someone needs to fix the Streamlabs countdown clock. It's an hour out. Yeah, the Streamlabs, I found that. I think it might be where I enable it and I put it on, but it's like a plug-in thing that you just basically enable it, and then it's kind of, but it doesn't really do anything that smart. You just say, I'm gigging every night, or I'm doing a stream every week at 8 o'clock. And you set the time, but the time always seems to like go off now and again. Seems to be a little bit off. Let me have a look at it. You're right. It looks like does anyone actually use the Streamlabs clock though? I'd imagine that no one does, because you're probably already on the page. Everyone knows, don't they? It's 8 o'clock UK time. BST maybe. Possibly BST. I'll let you know. I'll reset it after this. Moon time. Moon time sounds like a good time. This is for Gregory as well. The last one was for Dion. This one's for Greg.
Sunrise technology. We waited a lifetime just for you. The application of the things you've brought to life are weighing heavy on my mind. How do I express myself without you? Forgotten how to talk. So we walk into the future, a brave new world where we belong. But if you stopped it for a moment, quite happily get up. How do I express myself without you? When we've forgotten how to talk. How do I express myself without you? When we've forgotten how to talk. And if you stopped it for a moment, well, I'd quite happily get up.
That was Sunrise Technology for Greg. And I think I just got... Thank you, Duncan. I've just got a PayPal notification. Sure, this is very exciting for you all. Thank you very much. Duncan just purchased me a Ko-fi. It's very generous of you. Thank you. Hello, UK Simon. You're good. Ko-fis. Ko-fi coffee. This is a song for... Do you know what? That's actually very good timing, Simon, because after Sunrise Technology is Simon's request. It's played with the capo on the 3rd fret. It is the most rubbish song that I've got.
Commandos opening scene, 2 manholes of the Hell Mark III, and my heart skips a beat. Close encounters had 1, 2, and it was white and red and blue, and my knees went weak. Because I love refuse trucks and films, and I know every single one, from 1969 to 1983. And you know Child's Play 3 never really bothered me, except for one short scene. A Burmese Maxim packer gave that dog some action, and my knees went weak. Because I love refuse trucks and films, and I know every single one, from 1969 to 1983. And my all-time favorite scene, the Lobemaster 320 in Ghostbusters, it makes me cry every time that beautiful truck rolls by. Because I love refuse trucks and films, and I know every single one, from 1969 to 1983. The obfuscation of our waste is the only thing that keeps us civilized in a world that's not.
I love refuse trucks in films. Hopefully at some point I'll finish off that little acoustic album that I've got. Pretty much I've got it done now. I just need to leave a little bit of rest space so that I can just basically listen to it again with fresh ears. It's difficult recording yourself. It's better having someone else that's more subjective in a proper studio that basically goes, that was rubbish, do it again, rather than listen to yourself and going, either everything sounds rubbish or everything sounds amazing because you've had a couple of Rochester gingers, and then you're sitting there going, wow, this is great. And it might not always be. Absolute trash. Is this message 100? Not yet. 100 messages don't appear to have gone by unless they have gone by when I've been looking the other way and they've gone by so quick. I don't think that's the case. We're burgeoning on. We're getting towards past. We're in the third 10-minute section. What do you call a 10 minutes? A minute is a minute. An hour is an hour. What would you call a 10-minute chunk? A 10-minuter. We're in the third 10-minuter. Ponders cheating using Chrome's Devs Toolkit. Here we go. We are on. I'm pointing. I'm using my finger to line up where I'm up to. Which is John's request. He wanted something from the latest album, Play the Game. Wrote me a lovely letter. Delicious. I'm going to stop right there. 22 minutes past. We've hit 100 messages. The 100th message tonight was, great album. And that message was from Millstone Barn. I think we all deserve a pat on the back, don't we? Well done, everyone. Just stop what you're doing just for a moment. Just think about what you've achieved tonight.
I know that you don't have a backbone, and the body that you took home seems to follow move from your own. 'Cause I tried to shed a little more light. It was my deepest regret. How I wish you'd forget. 'Cause I wake up every day without a smile. So please, please don't chew me out and touch that doll. Sing a song that means nothing to anyone. It was my only regret. How I wish you'd forget. 'Cause I wake up every day without a smile. So please, please don't chew me out and touch that doll. Yeah, I wake up every day without a smile. So please, please don't chew me out. Don't touch that doll. Yeah, I wake up every day without a smile. So please, please don't chew me out. Don't touch that doll. I know that you don't have a backbone, and the body that you took home so far removed from your own.
Everyone high-fiving Millstone Bar there, buying him drinks at the bar. It is your night tonight. That 100th message. That jewel in the crown. Tell you something cool about my printer. I'm not sure if I told you this last week, because I'm not sure if I'd done this yet. But along with all the other functionality that it's got, this is really cool. Basically, in the old days, I used to have to load up a scanning application on my computer, and I used to basically have to go and put whatever I was like scanning, because you know when you have to scan things now and again for people. Some people want that stuff, don't they? You actually put it into the scanner, you have to go back to your application, click the scan thing, and then it scans, and then you go back and you flip it over and all the rest of it. With the new printer, which only costs £80, you put the document in, and then you tap a scan button, and then it gives you a list of every computer on your internal network, Wi-Fi network, whatever you want to call it. Tap it, and bosh, it just appears in the documents folder on that computer. So you can just sit there at your printer, just putting the stuff in, tap the button, flip it over, tap it again. Nuts. Printer news. Printers are very exciting at the moment. It's the only thing I wouldn't go back to. And like all the retro stuff that you can go back to that's quite enjoyable. Dot matrix, daisy wheels. It's not one of the things that I'd like to go back to. No one does that today. No one has a collection of old printers. Maybe that actually maybe one or two examples I can think of that is the little printer for the Game Boy and that other little thermal printer for the Spectrum. People get those in their retro collections. Other than those two. Right, where were we? This is for Jez in his shed, with his humidity sitting comfortably around the 30% mark, I believe. Software upgrade. I bet I can scan straight into COVID vaccine nanochips in your brain. That's probably why the printers are so cheap. They just want to get them into the house to inject your brains with microchips. Raspberry Pi Grandma communication looks brilliant. See Twitter has receipt printer. I will check that out. Yeah, this is for Jez. He wanted this oldie, this old classic from 2012.
I've got my head screwed on, but when I come undone, I don't need anyone till the feeling's gone. 'Cause all I need is a little piece of sanctuary. I need a little space and time to be alone in my own mind. I'm just an animal. I'm just a silhouette behind your talking head. I need to be alone in my own sweet home. 'Cause all I need is a little bit of sympathy. I need a place to call my own, where I don't have to hear you moan. is everything you've ever known. Though I could never tell you that, you know it's just a simple fact. I'm just an animal.
Animal, the first ever British IBM single before the British IBM. Thank you. When we went stratospheric. The next song is a request for Millstone Barn.
200 people walking down, and it won't stop now. 200 people in the crowd, and it won't stop now. They tied your hands behind your back, your mind spinning in the blanks. Yeah, and it won't stop now. You could have been somebody else if you tried. You went too far and now you're broken inside. Oh, I tried. People walking down, and it won't stop now. 200 people in a crowd, and it won't stop now. They put a bag over your head, tied a rope around your neck. Yeah, and it won't stop now. You could have been somebody else if you tried. You went too far and now you're broken inside. Oh, I tried. When I wake up every morning, it's just another day in town. When the music starts to glisten, I've never been here before. I've never been here before. You could have been somebody else if you tried. You went too far and now you're broken inside. You could have been somebody else if you tried. Oh, I tried.
It was fret 5. Well done. Good eyesight. Fret 5, a popular fret. Tonight, the most popular fret is fret... What is the most popular? It might actually be 5. I've got 2 4s, 2 5s, 2 3s, a 1 a 4, and yes, quite an even spattering of frets. One of the reasons sometimes we open up with Sugar Water when we used to play gigs in the old world. Always open up with Sugar Water and Animal, and one of the reasons I always select those 2 for starting songs is because you want to play the first 2 back to back without saying anything. I'd say that's an ethic. I think of just whenever you watch bands that do things properly, who we try and emulate, they always play, go on stage, go straight into a song, and then as soon as that song finishes, go straight into the next song without saying anything. And those 2 songs I chose were Sugar Water and Animal, because both on the 3rd fret. Cat news. Lara and Aspers have walked down the stairs, looking for food. George tumbled down after them because he's a still clumsy young doofus. No, says no UK Simon. I don't know what UK Simon said to elicit that response. Big Rogie news. No, that is very unfortunate, running out of Rogie on a Friday night. And there was something else there that went past me. Back when Animal came out, did you think now in 2021 you'd still not be sponsored by Rogie? I think it's one of those things, isn't it? You know it's never really going to happen. I think there's certain things in life that you can think that at some point in my life that probably will happen, but other things, like being sponsored by Roger, I think it's one of those things that you all think as a kid, oh yeah, when I grow up I'm going to be sponsored by Rochester Ginger, but deep down you know it is just a pipe dream. And your parents might say, you can do it, just think positive. One day you could be sponsored by Rochester Ginger and you could walk on the moon, but we all know it's just a pipe dream. Speaking of pipe dreams, I've run out of requests now. So we're into the part of the evening where I've curated the last few songs for you. Giving away the trade secrets, that's how you arrange a set. By how practical is it to switch from song to song? To switch from song to song, the capo is very easy. Normally you just chat and then you press the other thing that I do. I don't really need to do it here because I think because the temperature's even and it's not an electric guitar, is this stays in tune the whole time. The other thing that you do in live gigs is to basically talk for a little bit while you're putting the capo on the next thing so people don't know you're doing it. Apparently, I probably don't do that. I probably draw attention to it. And then the other thing is stamping on your tuner pedal now and again periodically to retune your guitar between a few songs here and there. At which point Dave just talks. Dave isn't here, so I have to tell you when I'm doing stuff. There's some really, but not bad, but there's some like proper cheesy advice out there for people that are in bands that you're meant to abide by, like certain etiquettes and things like never take your eyes off the audience. So when you're turning your amp up or something like that, I think this comes from like the Butlin School of Entertainment. You should smile while you're adjusting your amp and like go smile and look at the audience. That's why we never made it big. Okay. This is I chose this one. It's a cover. Teenage Jesus, he was a friend of mine. He gave me all the answers. He fed me bread and wine. Me and the other disciples, we understood his mind. He had so many secrets. He had such little time, and I'll keep in my head all the words that he said, and I'll keep in my heart all the love, and I'll be by his side just a while. I knew a teenage Jesus, he took me to the dream. He had the coolest sandals that I have ever seen. I said, I want to be like you. I said, I want to be a star. He took my hand in his and said, you already are. And I'll keep in my head all the words that he said, and I'll keep in my heart all the love, and I'll be by his side just a while. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And I'll keep in my head all the words that he said, and I'll keep in my heart all the love, and I'll be by his side just a while. It's Tea Ninja Jesus by Mark Morris from the Blue Tones. I do enjoy the Blue Tones. Thank you. I would say Mark Morris, probably one of the most underrated songwriters ever. Do love Mark Morris. He's very good. Has anyone watched... Do you know what just popped into my head that was like really fucking flipping weird? Has anyone watched James May's The Disassembler? I started thinking about the fact that, I think we had this chat before about James May and some of his things about sending balloons into space. But he did this other TV series, yes, called The Disassembler. And it's like something you can just leave on in the background when you're doing other things, and it's like he slowly, basically has a fully disassembled item. Last one I watched, he had a lawnmower, like some 1950 line lawnmower, and basically it's in bits, and he puts it back together again, and he explains how the combustion engine works and everything else, and how the rotor blades and the flywheel work as it goes round and slices the grass and stuff. And it is actually very interesting. And I do like what I think James May, for me personally, makes a lot of things interesting that I wouldn't otherwise find interesting. And while I was thinking about James May, I just thought to myself, because my hair's now starting to get quite long, I was thinking he has quite long hair as well. But imagine going into a hairdresser's with a picture of James May, saying, "I want my hair to look like that, please." Or anyone from Top Gear for that matter. Maybe Richard Hammond. Some people I can imagine maybe at a push in his younger years may have walked into a hairdresser's with a picture of Hammond, but no one's ever walked into a hairdresser's with a picture of Clarkson or James May, said, "Make me look like that." My dad had that lawnmower, did he? Have you taken it apart and reassembled it? If not, maybe we should do that one day. Ask your dad if he can borrow it, if he's still got it. I noticed you put had past tense in there. It made great late night viewing when you're almost asleep. Sounds educational. The next one, that I've got on my list to watch, he disassembles an electric guitar. Perhaps we should attach it to the balloon, the lawnmower. Right. Here's a new song. Not new, but it's not on any album. You've heard it loads. To you, it's an old song. To the rest of the world, outside of the Twitch bar, it's a new song. To everyone in the Twitch bar, it's an old song.
Call it fate, call it luck, call it anything, call it anything you want. But when you were just a kid, time didn't move like this. When you were a kid with everything. And all you need is all you got, and all you have is all you'll ever want. And as the world caves in, you still remember when you were a kid of everything. You got it on. Yeah, it's tearing time apart. And as the world caves in, you still remember when you were a kid of everything.
First line of that song comes from Ghostbusters. I wrote it after watching the trailer for the new Ghostbusters film, like the new one, not that thing that happened in between. And there's an audio clip where you hear Dan Aykroyd's voice from the original Ghostbusters, and he's trying to sell the idea of, was it actually, no, do you know, it might have been Bill Murray. I think it might have been Bill Murray trying to sell it to, was it Bill Murray trying to sell it to Dan Aykroyd? Anyway, he says, call it fate, call it luck, and you can hear his voice saying that like in the background of the trailer. So that's why the first line of that song is call it fate, call it luck, and then it's like I use that as a jumping off point, I think they call it, to the rest of those lyrics, which have got nothing to do with Ghostbusters now, but quite looking forward to that new Ghostbusters film. It looks very good. Anyone else eagerly anticipating that? Venkman. Peter Venkman. I think it might have been Peter Venkman talking to Dan Aykroyd's character, who is Vakeman, Egon, Peter Vakeman, Winston. Oh God, what is Dan Aykroyd's character called? It's annoying. It's fallen out of my head. Here is a new song. New to people outside the Twitch bar, and new-ish to people inside the Twitch bar.
Comments like water dry.
Wait a minute, I've forgotten the... Right, I've got it now. The chord progression. It's a new song, so new-ish. New-ish.
Comments like water dry up in the sun. Cold, that means nothing until somebody hits you up. A small coffee table commits to the wait. Half a dozen books or more that carry your name. Declare yourself a failure in every success you've had. But if Charlie Sheen was winning, then maybe life's not that bad. This time, there's been worse times. The radiator's empty, there's no heat again. The NEM's still broken, so don't try to pretend that the clone of a video game that you always play is the thing that you needed to help you escape. Declare yourself a failure in every success you've had. But if Charlie Sheen was winning, then maybe life's not that bad. This time, there's been worse times. I know why you know, but I won't go where you go. When you declare yourself a failure in every success you've had, because if Charlie Sheen was winning, then maybe life's not that bad. And it's a long conversation to remind yourself of the facts that you know what you know. And I won't go where you go.
I don't know, I like Ghostbusters 1. I like Ghostbusters 1. Was meh about Ghostbusters 2, like GB 2016 has big shoes to fill and might suffer without the fresh novelty of GB1 and GB 2016. I've got big hopes for the new GB. Same. Jez, there we go. So thank you for semicolons there, Jez Shed. Superb. Thank you, Electron Greg. 5 bottles of Rogie and a Dai Wang Korean ginseng tea bag from Holland and Barrett equals free delivery. 5 bottles of Rogie. That is a lot of Rogie. That is a big Friday. Is it free delivery then from Holland and Barrett? I'm assuming it is, if you go over a certain price limit. Because I think the first time I ever tried to get Rogie, I tried to do it online. It was the postage was quite a lot, so I ended up just waiting until I went to a Holland and Barrett. And now every time I pass a Holland and Barrett, I purchase myself a Rogie. And my favourite Rogie out of all the Rogies is that one, the Dickensian recipe one. This one, that is the classic. One of them's it's just a little bit. I'm not too keen on the dark one. And the organic one, I think it is, it's got like a little bit too much sediment in it. Whereas that is spot on. And goes great with just a little splash of rum. Free delivery on the £25. That was called, I don't know what it's called yet. It might be called Charlie Sheen. It might be called Winning. It might be called If Charlie Sheen Was Winning. It might be called something completely different. Okay. What booze do people put in it? I put rum in mine. I did try putting bourbon in it, and I thought bourbon was okay-ish, but then you put rum in it, and it's like really good. Some people have it without rum. Does it go with gin? I've not tried it with gin. I couldn't imagine it would do. I'm quite traditional in my gin, in that I just like it with tonic water. Bit of fever tree, bit of cucumber. Shaders. Dean still needs to do his talk about shaders at some point.
I'm the loneliest man in the world right now. Maybe I'm not, maybe I'm just down. For the next 3 days I'll call this home, watching all the ground beneath us fall. Life with you never felt like this. Never been one for the simple things. Standing on the corner of God's front porch, watching all the ground beneath us fall. Loneliness and solitude seldom get too confused. Quit your job and walk away. Didn't like it that much anyway. Sell your house and start again. Burn your past and make new friends. Take out any time you want. It's already been a tad too long. Standing on the corner of God's front porch, watching all the ground beneath us fall. Loneliness and solitude seldom get too confused. But if I tried and if I missed, would you leave me alone like this? For all the things I've ever done, would you let my life go on? 'Cause I'm the loneliest man in the world right now. Maybe I'm not, maybe I'm just down.
Did anyone watch the James May thing where he goes off with Oz wine tasting? Because I think that would be a good thing to watch, but it's not available to stream anywhere. There's some like really rough shot kind of like where people have recorded it off the TV, some little clips, and put it on YouTube. And I think you can buy the DVD for some extortionate price because it's like second hand, but it looked very entertaining. I thought they had a very amusing relationship with the banter between them when they were doing the train thing in Toy Story. Yes, I have both. Do you really? Is it good? I'll wait for that response. Do you know what wine I've liked recently? Pinot Noir. it's like a red, but it is a red. It's not like a red, it is a red. But it's kind of like, it's not a heavy red, and it kind of looks slightly translucent, but it's got a really nice full-bodied flavour. I can't articulate what wine tastes like, but it tastes good. It's brilliant if you like James May and wine. I do like James May, and I do like wine. So I think I would like that. It's that time of the evening again. It's the final song. We'll do this, do some requests, and then you can have your little outro video. And if anyone's about this evening, I'll be in Habitat, knocking around for a little bit, walking around the desolate streets of Neo Habitat. If anyone's bored and wants to join in, I think I did see Millstone Barn in there last time. I was in there walking around. I saw Millstone Barn pop up briefly and then disappear again, like a couple of times. And I know that some people sign in, and then they can't. Something happens, and it basically crashes, goes wrong for them. But the other one, I know Dean struggles a little bit with it because he's got a Mac, and the buttons don't work for him. The only thing that Dean can do with computers is write shaders. Anything beyond that, he struggles a little bit. I tried to get in, but couldn't get it to work. If you manage to get it to work, I'll buy you a beer at Kelly's Bar and Grill in Neo Habitat. Where are we? Well, I know where we are on the last song, aren't we? I said that a minute ago.
Alleyway between two bars, blood on my face. You're looking at me and I'm looking at you. Remember when we were both still friends? None of this would have happened then, but everything I learned from you. If we'd have kept it all together, maybe we'd still be friends. We'd have finished what we started. We'd be the British again. Saw it all on a TV screen, under a ton and you flicker green, but I could never be the one to watch you fall. I know you then as I know you now. I watched it all come crashing down. Watch a little time as time goes by. If we'd have kept it all together, maybe we'd still be friends. If we'd have finished what we started, we'd be the British idea. Mid-late. We're both in the history books, a little world that we both once shook. Watch a little time as time goes by. I know you then as I know you now. I watched it all come crashing down. I never understood what's a heaven for. If we'd have kept it all together, maybe we'd still be friends. Finish what we started, we'd be the British idea. If we'd have kept it all together, maybe we'd still be friends. If we'd have finished finish what we started. We'd be the British IBM.
I mentioned on Twitter the other day, I posted a photo of the it came up on my phone. I'm not sure it came up on my phone, but it was like years ago. There was a place in Leicester called Snibston, and I know that some of you have been. I think I mentioned it in the tweet. I think, yeah, and Greg and or Jez Shed were there. I think both of them were there, and I remember meeting them when I had we had a little stand there. It was me and Dave, and they had this technology thing there, like a retro fair thing. I don't know exactly what it was. It was quite an odd thing. So it was like retro gaming and electronic music. But Steve Ferber was there doing a talk. So at some point, we had a little stand with our music video playing on a CRT TV and like selling some CDs and whatnot. And Steve Ferber was knocking around. So I went to go and speak to Steve Ferber, and I gave him a British IBM CD and tried to explain what the British IBM was all about, and basically saying, we've got this thing we've called the British IBM, and we've got a stand, and it stands right over there, and we've got a music video, and you're in it, and the bass player Dave, he plays you in the music video. So he basically plays you or your character in Micromen and blah 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 blah. And he kind of looked at it and he was like, oh, okay. And then like walked off, never came to the stand. I don't think I sold the concept of the British IBM to him. One day Steve Ferber will come to our stand. Yes, your stand was confusing. Probably more confusing because of us. It was I vaguely remember something about, I don't follow sport, but I vaguely remember something like that happening. And I remember it was extremely hot. And by the time we got into the talk and the music thing, there wasn't that many people around, I think due to various reasons. Anyway, that's this evening's talk. I am going to go and get a piece of paper and take your requests. It was very poorly attended. It was good fun though. It kind of checked all the boxes for us. We had we basically stayed around the corner in a cheap hotel. There was some good nights at the pub on the night that we all got there. I remember having they did this thing at the place that we were staying, like the hotel bar place that we stayed. I remember going there. And they did this thing called it was like a mixed grill and a bucket. So it was kind of like you got chips and then you literally just got a bucket of meat. This little, I don't know why they did it in a bucket, but yeah, it was called like a mixed grill and a bucket. It was good. I remember that. And you could get on everything, couldn't you? Because it was poorly attended. It just meant you could just go on everything. I was in a Steve Ferber webinar just a couple of weeks ago. Was it good? It was... Kit in California for Electron Greg. Kit, California for Greg. 22 for Simon. 22 for Simon. Sugar Water, alt version for Martin. So Sugar Water in a minor key. Minor key for Martin. Bob Noyce for John. Bob Noyce for John. Anything else? Anyone else for anything else? Fingers crossed that neither Indian variant nor any other variant derails our return to things like confusing stands and boozy evenings. I agree. I'm looking for. I'm actually booked for the first. Like this is a bit like a slight risk that I've taken. I say a slight. I'm hoping it's not a risk, but for the first time, I've actually booked tickets for an event. The Charlatans are playing in Cambridge in December, and I've booked tickets for it. Man of the Hour and 3 years for Duncan. Man Hour. 3 years. Duncan. Anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. Ace of Spades. Lovely. Thank you everyone for coming out. It's been lovely to play for you once again. Silver cigarette for Martin. Let me just get that there. Silver cigarette for Martin. You're very welcome, Dean. Thank you for coming along to the Twitch bar, everyone. It's been lovely being here once again. You've now got a choice to make. You can have MJ Hibbett's It Only Works, Hey Hey 16K, Smoke and Mirrors, Twitch Bar by Simon, Classic Rishi or New Rishi. I'll wait for the first answer that we get is what we play. What are we having tonight? Any second now. Just waiting for the lag. Imagine if no one requested anything. I just had to stand there. Decisions. My poor Rogie. Classic Rishi, there we go. Classic Rishi requested by John Vill. Have a great weekend. If anyone wants to come for a beer in Habitat, feel free. And if not, I'll see you next weekend, next Friday. Bye, everyone.
Hi there, my name's Rishi, I'm a friend of Adrian's, and like you all, I've been entertained by the British IBM sets that have happened over the past few months during the lockdown period. Adrian's kindly invited me along to come and sing a song of mine. This is from my Genomics the Musical, which is a singing science project, the opening song, which is about how a guy called Gustav Mendel came up with the ideas of genes, that there are 2 copies inside of us from growing lots of pea plants. On the family farm, then moved to a monastery with an experimental garden. 6 years wrapping bags around the flowers of plants, giving us the music for the genetic dance. You must be Mendel. You must be Mendel. Whoa, yeah. Measured traits of plants that gave us bees, then controlled how they got to breed. You then measured traits of plants that grew from those seeds, eventually proposing that living things had genes. You must be Mendel, 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 yeah, oh yay, Mendel, Mendel, oh yeah. You must be Mendel, 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 yeah, oh yay, Mendel, 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 oh yeah. It's a shame they didn't believe straight away in the theory you got from your plants. It was only after you died that they gave the peas a chance. Growing 29,000 plants was not the only trick. You then had to perform some Mendel arithmetic, probabilities of dominant and recessive traits, giving us genetics and showing us the way. You must be Mendel, 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 yeah, oh yay, Mendel, Mendel, oh yeah. You must be Mendel, 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 yeah, oh yay, Mendel, 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 oh yeah, whoa, yeah. Cheers very much all. Thanks AD. Hopefully I'm in the chat chatting with you. Otherwise, hopefully chat with you next week. Take care. Bye.